Did Satoshi Nakamoto just resurface? Did the creator of Bitcoin come out of hiding to show the world that he is still around? Well, there is some new evidence out there which points to Satoshi's return. What is this evidence? Well, find out in about 10 minutes because it's time for Chico Crypto. Everyone who watches my channel knows I've been on the hunt for Satoshi for a while now. Since I started my channel, I've been making videos which try to uncover the identity of the true Satoshi. But many people will say, Tyler, Satoshi is most likely dead. Satoshi was Hal Finney and Finney is dead. Those people are entitled to their opinions, just like I am. But the videos I have created on Satoshi's identity have drilled down to two main suspects, Elon Musk and Sergey Nazarov. Which means I personally think Satoshi is still alive. What happened just 2 weeks ago just reinforces my opinion. But before we get into this new evidence, we have to understand this has happened before. Satoshi was suspected to be dead, yet he reappeared to shock the world. Back in 2014, Newsweek came out with a big article in which they claimed to have unmasked Satoshi Nakamoto. They claimed it was this man, Dorian Nakamoto. A media uproar took place, splitting those who believed Dorian was Satoshi and those who didn't. It even caused a poor old Dorian to cry out to the public that he wasn't Satoshi, saying the Newsweek article hurt him and his family. So even though a majority of people believe Satoshi was dead, Satoshi returned and took to an account on the P2P online forum to dispel the myth that Dorian Nakamoto was the creator of Bitcoin. From his P2P forum account, Satoshi posted, "I am not Dorian Nakamoto," confirming that Satoshi was indeed alive in early 2014. But now many people will argue, well, that was Hal Finney. That post from the P2P account happened in early 2014. Hal didn't die until later that year. As we can see, Hal unfortunately succumbed to ALS August 28th of 2014. Well, now it's time to get into the juicy stuff, the new evidence, as this new evidence might just prove that Hal isn't Satoshi, and Satoshi is still walking the streets of this world. This comes from where it all began, the original online forum for discussing Bitcoin, created by Satoshi back in 2009, which is still up and running to this day, BitcoinTalk. A user who goes by Casino Tester 0001 posted an inquiry November 15th saying, "Want to know if people from the early days of Bitcoin who mined are still here. If you want, you can post here a signature for the text, BitcoinTalk, with your oldest key so we can check who has had the oldest mined Bitcoin. Even when the coins were sent, empty address, you can post a signature for that address." Well, a person who went by the name of OneSignature was the first to reply on November 26, and they said, "This is the oldest signature," with a smiley face. Please post if you have a signature with an older address with the signed message. This signed message confirms they are the owner of that Bitcoin address, which at first glance looks like nothing special. Using a blockchain explorer for the address, we can see it holds not a single BTC. But if we scroll down to the transactions, this is when things get very interesting. As we can see, they mined a block of Bitcoin for the 50 BTC reward all the way back on January 19th of 2009. And we can verify the signature is legit using verifybitcoinmessage.com. We just enter the signature with the message and the address and it verifies it for us. OneSignature created their BitcoinTalk account on November 26, and there is no other forum activity coming from that account. So this had to be made with the sole purpose of signing the message. So if you understand the timeline of Bitcoin's creation, you get why this transaction is so interesting. Satoshi officially launched Bitcoin on January 3rd, 2009, and he didn't tell a single soul about this initial launch. All the Bitcoins were mined by Satoshi, while he made sure the launch was successful. It wasn't until January 12th of 2009 the first Bitcoin transaction happened. This is when Satoshi sent Hal Finney 2010 BTC. Just 1 week after the first transaction, this person mined this Bitcoin block. This is an early adopter, with the chances of it being either Hal or Satoshi extremely high. Like, I would almost guarantee it's one of them. But Hal is dead. He couldn't have posted that message and signed the address today. And this Washington Post article on how to describe the first Bitcoin transaction gives us even more confirmation that this transaction that was signed was likely from Satoshi. The article states that Hal said, "After a few days, Bitcoin was running pretty stably, so I left it running. Those were the days when difficulty was 1 and you could find blocks with a CPU, not even a GPU. I mined several blocks over the next days, but I turned it off because it made my computer run hot and the fan noise bothered me. In retrospect, I wish I had kept it up longer, but on the other hand, I was extraordinarily lucky to be there at the beginning. It's one of those glass half full, half empty things." And the next I heard of Bitcoin was late 2010. Hal only ran his BTC miner for a few days before turning it off to not return to Bitcoin and its mining until 2010. That would mean this mine block happened while Hal wasn't mining, giving us even more reason to believe this message came from Satoshi. Finally, there is this. If you dive into the username OneSignature across social platforms, nothing comes up besides on one platform, Twitter. As we can see, this username is under a protected account, and it was suspiciously created back in 2009, the year of Bitcoin's release. The account is following 28 people, but has only allowed 1 person to follow them, which allows people to see their tweets. This Twitter account is bulletproof locked down so no prying eyes can see. I wonder why. Is it because this is Satoshi's Twitter? Well, viewers, because of this signed message, my theories of Satoshi being either Elon or Sergey still hold some serious weight. What do you think? Who is Satoshi? Let me know down in the comments. Or are we all Satoshi? Cheers, I'll see you next time.